Welcome one, welcome all. This is RSC Match Day 9. The match coming your way is an elite matchup. Tonight we have the pleasure of HUD as our gracious producer. Thank you, HUD. I am your host, Dog, here, and joined on the desk with me, I have BBC comedian. How you doing tonight, BBC?
I'm feeling real good, man. We have a real great matchup in store for these people. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, definitely. And we do only have, again, that one match. Definitely going to be a shootout, though, once you start seeing the team stats come up here. Definitely, something that me and BBC were just talking about is we love to see these games where the stats are really even because we're going to see, hopefully a shootout and some even gameplay. And I'm really excited to see what they have to offer. But BBC, who do you think is going to be taking it tonight between Thunder and Dumpsters?
Player stats or team stats right now?
We should be looking at the team stats right now.
We we should be looking
Yes.
at the team stat. One thing that stuck out to me as the team stats is, first of all, both of these teams have a lot to play for. You have the Dumpsters who are 18 and 14, even though I think that graphics might say differently. There's only two games inside of the playoffs. You have Thunder who is 15 and 17, who are two games outside of the playoffs. So both of these teams have a lot to fight for. Now, the only thing I'm really seeing as something that kind of sticks out is the goals against is Thunder has given up 11 more goals it look like. So that's something that that we should look out for. Maybe one team is able to put up a little bit more offense, and that's going to be potentially the deciding factor in this game with a game that's so close.
Absolutely. Awesome, awesome. And yeah, so looking here, we do have Electric Mayhem again against Maced Management. Definitely love that name there. It's going to be an interesting one. Thunder versus Dumpsters. And, again, looking even at these player stats, we do see a little bit of a differential between the games played here. Earth and Nave definitely playing a lot more on the field, it seems like, than their two counterparts, a little bit more of a split. But on the side of Dumpsters here, I'm seeing a lot more of, even playing time. It seems like across the board here. So it seems like everyone kind of meshes well. And maybe for the Dumpsters, I wonder if that might be something that pulls them to have the win here. What are you thinking?
That is definitely something that could pull them in to getting the win, especially when it looks like if you look at Dumpsters versus the Thunder roster, it looks as if the Thunder may be struggling to find out who's exactly their third, but the Dumpsters not only know who's their third, they have a really good fourth who comes in and pretty much you don't really see any drop off. So that's something you're going to see. You're going to have a team that knows who their starting three lineup is, and they play very well, have very great team chemistry, and you have a team with the Thunder who's kind of still trying to figure out. Who have two great two players. You have Earth with 23 goals, 16 assists, and Nave with 19 goals, 19 assists. But you kind of see that drop off in that third person. So I don't know if it's a defensive thing. Maybe the third person sticks on defense more, but we'll see as the game plays out. But that's something to definitely look out for. Is as you said, the complete lineup of dumpsters as opposed to the Thunder, who still is trying to figure out who's that third man for them.
Awesome. Very well put here. As we get into game number one here, again, this is Thunder versus Dumpster. Put it all on the cards. Who you think's going to take this one here? We have it lining up, and just as we get started, I'm definitely excited to see again as we were talking about the third man defensive play here from Thunder. I'm starting to see, looking at the stats now, the 77 and 70 shots. I'm wondering what's going to break out, but Nekadoa trying to get a backboard read, a little whiff off the backboard, and a potential shot goes right off the post there. And now Ditto might have a little bit of room here, gets a touch out. Now Nave trying to get a touch past an orange player there, and now a little bit of space. It seems like Thunder and Dumpsters really just battling for the midfield here, but Dumpsters are putting a little bit more pressure on with two shots already, 30 seconds in. A lot of heat coming down Thunder's way, and wondering if this could be dangerous here. Two players up.
Already,
Oh,
and we see an early goal by dumpsters, and it's kind of what we talked about during the pregame. You are seeing more offense coming from the dumpsters as opposed, to the Thunder. So that third man is definitely already coming into effect where you're starting to see, one team is playing more cohesively as a team as another team, as opposed to the other team that's still trying to figure out that rhythm. And we have
absolutely.
and we have the Thunder actually putting pressure on. Let's see, they actually had somewhat of a good opportunity right there, and both of them were countered. And then we have, but they are doing a good job right now of trying to put a little bit more pressure on the ball. And but this is going definitely in the Dumpsters' favor right here. Let's see if they can keep it going. See if they won the battle of the midfield right there. And yeah, how do you oh nice goal. That was
Shot
beautiful.
comes in from Nekada. You see him coming off the sidewall there, really pre-jumping that, and that was a beautiful read. Catches the defender completely out of play, not expecting that touch, and a beautiful 2-0 here start for Dumpsters. If you're a Dumpsters fan, this is definitely what you want to see. And again, just as we were talking about with the stats, we're already seeing it even across the board here. While Thunder is lagging behind, but a potential shot from Ditto. Nekado has to get up. Nice little touch there, Nave. Maybe a back pass to Earth. Earth trying to make something happen here. Gets a pass mid. It's over Ditto, and Nave has to jump up to keep this in. But again, that's kind of it for the push for Thunder. And now a counterattack, Nekado. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Nico, I'm just like putting a dumpster right here. Whew.
yeah, and what I'm saying from Dumpster is Dumpster does what a lot of good teams do is they're able to get themselves out of tough situations. Thunder did have some decent opportunities, but the Dumpsters were able to cut those opportunities off very shortly before the ball went into the net, and then turn around and reverse the field and come back up and put some pressure on themselves and get the ball you know in scoring position as they are right now. Still, and this has kind of just been the whole game. It's just the Thunder trying to get the ball off of their side of the field, and the Dumpsters is just relentless with the pressure, which is really that's one of the big things about Rocket League is if you want to win, just pressure, 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 and sometimes the team that's just more aggressive uh, is is going to be in a better scoring opportunity, winning opportunity.
Definitely. I'm seeing a lot more pressure coming out of Thunder's half though, and they're really starting to break out. I'm curious to think if maybe this will play out for them. They've still got half a game left, so plenty of time to make something happen here and a potential demo, but Joe gets up early. That's a nice play to the corner there. Might have something to work with here, but Nico duh trying to get a double. You see really Dumpsters, they're going for these doubles off the backboard, trying to get something past, and by cleaning up that backboard defense there, Thunder doing a good job countering it, but still, every time it gets to that midfield, it's getting dangerous. And another backboard shot, potential follow up there, and
Oh,
Dangle Balls does put it in there. That's a that's, gosh.
It's the fact that his name. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. I was
I
like, well, I
see.
thought his name was
Yeah.
Dan. I
Dan,
was like, where's the dangle ball? Okay, okay, now I see.
okay, that is Dan Gleeball. We're gonna refer to him as Dan Gleeballs.
He snuck that right under the
Yeah.
censorship committee.
I missed that one for sure. Um, Earth though, nice pass out to Nave, and you see these chances keep opening up here.
Yeah, and another thing that Dumpster does, I talked about how you see them do what good teams do, which is once again the ball gets in tough positions, almost scoring opportunities, and they're able to shut that down. Another thing that you see them do is their second player in rotation is right on the ball as soon as the first person relinquishes control. You're kind of not seeing that from Thunder. Thunder's kind of playing more relaxed. They're kind of playing to not get scored on as opposed to score. And that's exactly what's happening, even though the not getting scored on part is not happening either. It's just a lot more pressure coming from Dumpsters than it is from Thunder as we approach this last minute. And you don't want to say because a minute is a lot of time in Rocket League, so for a comeback, but I don't see that happening right now. But you definitely want to get some points going into the next game as a confidence booster. As once again, just Dumpsters putting more pressure on the ball. Nakota right there. Let's see if Joe can get it off the backboard. He cannot. And then we have, but still constantly. As another shot gets put up, what can Thunder do to kind of calm this attack down? Because it's let me check the stats. Yeah, it's 15 shots to 5 in favor of Dumpster. So what can they do going into game two to kind of slow this attack down? Because this is
You know,
relentless.
one thing that I've definitely seen Dumpsters do relentlessly time and time again here is going for those demo plays, really cutting out of the rotation even to, go out for that third man demo. And it's really been allowing them to keep this pressure in the blue half. So next game, Thunder really needs to start working on those physical plays, but maybe they can break one out now to end it. There is a push going here. Ditto tries to lead the charge, but Nikita trying to get a pass out, maybe a potential, and that's going to be down here. Game oh, and just as I say that, Joe proves me wrong. Another shot coming out, gonna have to be blocked out, and that is gonna be game one for Dumbsters there, taking it with style with a 4-0 lead. That wow.
I love the Bill Belichick when the Patriots were in their prime form of mindset by Dumpsters because that was total. They didn't have to try to score again at the end. They could have let that just run out, hit the ground, but they're like, no, we want to put up points. So that's something that Thunder is going to have to deal with. And you already lost 4-0. You conceded a lot of the shots is what 16-5. That's a lot of pressure on one side of the field as opposed to the other. And you have Dito, even with 5 saves, even with 7 saves total as a team, to still allow 4 goals. That's something that you got to keep your head up and not allow this game one to really make you feel down too bad, even though it was very lopsided. That game one was very lopsided.
Definitely, and as you said, Ditto dropping the 5 saves, which is something that I'm excited to see. Being that top player here, and I think if we did look at the stats, I believe it was Nave and Earth who were the shooters in this case. So in this case, Ditto is holding up their end of the bargain, and the other team now kind of needs to step in at this point and start getting some shots going. Is really just to get the game going at this point. And we do load into game number 2 here. Again, Dumpsters being up 1-0 in the series. Earth is going to try to get some pressure going for a ceiling touch, and almost gets that touch. I think might have thought Dan Glee might have had a touch there, but we do see a lot of pressure off this kickoff here, going in favor of Thunder. Just I say that though, Nave. Maybe a touch out. Earth tries to go for the touch and goes for the 50 instead. A nice play to keep that pressure now. Ditto up for a touch. Earth trying to go off of the backboard. You see these plays starting to come out now. First 30 seconds, but what a
Oh,
touch by Joe going
oh,
in, and it's actually an own goal trying to save it. The whole entire team commits to the post there, trying to get something to stop this, but Joe with the 50. Sheesh.
and you're seeing really great play. I understand we're going to focus more on the offense, but the defense by the Dumpsters has just been incredible. They're playing very patient defense because the Thunder are getting opportunities. They're getting the ball in good positions, and the Dumpsters are just completely cutting those passes off before it amounts to anything bigger than just a pass. But we're seeing, let's say they're going off the backboard right now for the Thunder. And once again, you're not seeing a 2 man at all. You're seeing the 2 man kind of be on the other side of the court. It's hard to score when the second oh, a nice shot by Joe. Joe is balling out. Joe is real. Okay, I'm showing my age by saying balling out. What do the kids say now? Whatever the kids say now about balling out. He's in his bag. He's in his bag, which I also think is equally as old. I'm still showing my age. He's cooking. He's cooking is what
There
Joe
you
is
go.
doing.
There you
There,
go.
there you go.
There you go.
I had to pull up my TikTok app and see what the kids were saying. But yeah, Joe was very cooking. And
Ooh!
and Nave is in the kitchen right beside him. He ties the game up. Very nice shot by Nave. And you want to see more of that. You want to see more team play and more capitalizing on opportunities by Thunder.
Absolutely. And it's really good to see that. If you were looking earlier, there was actually a team bump on the field that almost cost them a goal between Earth and Nave. So to see both of them getting a piece of the action in that goal participation and able to strike one back must be a good feeling for them. And hopefully they can take some of that, energy with them now and get some goals back. But just as I say that, dangly balls, so hard to get past, is trying to get a pass out there, and Joe just comes in again, being the 50 monster here, just absolutely wrecks one top left. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, they have to maybe double team Joe. I don't know. You have to demo. You have to get a man on Joe. You have to get somebody on Joe to keep aware of where Joe is on the court. I mean on the field because Joe is just and right here off the kick. Oh, beautiful save, beautiful save. But Joe right there with another shot and once again Dumpster just putting up more pressure and Thunder is trying to clear the ball, was not successful. Let's see if Dito can have a little bit more success on this. Dito does. And
What?
able to just beautiful clear, just able to just get the ball behind the defense completely. And another beautiful 50. And Dito's trying to clear it out of the corner. You kind of you kind of seeing a little back and forth now. I feel like Thunder is getting a little bit more comfortable. Not they're playing a little bit more aggressive. Maybe not as aggressive if you as you would like to see, but they are putting a little bit more pressure on Dumpsters as opposed to that game one where they kind of just allowed them to just walk the ball up the field and do kind of what they wanted to do.
And you definitely see that aggression still coming out, even from Joe, kind of going for some demos. And again, this might be coming back here. A potential double tap, and he goes for it. A
Oh,
great save from Ditto. Up again from Nave. Nave gets another save. The shots are coming in here, but Thunder is holding strong with only 1 goal lead. They do have a chance here. 2 minutes. Can they do it? 2 players up, though. That's dangerous. Joe again getting physical here. This is getting out in the midfield, and a dangerous shot comes in. It's
oh,
going to go right off the post. Nave now with a little bit of time, but little boost to work with. Can they get a pass out here? Earth already up. That's a beautiful way to get up, and now needs to have that third man follow. Gets aggressive, but Ditto being smart and able to get that touch there. Keeping it midfield, and at least hopefully they can keep that pressure here. Earth may have another. No, it's Nave out to Ditto. Ditto can't commit now. Dangly Balls is going out, and he's trying to get a touch out to the backboard. This might be coming down, but Earth, great way to play out there. And Thunder holding strong here, almost putting in another one as well.
yeah, the Thunder doing a great job now of starting to read some of these passes and start to put a little bit more pressure. Let's see if they can get it. Oh, Earth kind of should possibly should have got that second touch, wasn't able to get it, and Joe clears the ball out slightly, still in possession of Thunder. We have Nave, who shout out to Nave for that beautiful save that Nave had, and just a complete defense on Thunder. They are down by 1 point, but they have been playing a lot better defense than they were in that game one. So it's nice to see that they are making adjustments as we come down to this last 45 seconds. Let's see if they can get a goal to get this thing tied up here and possibly get a win. Nice shot. Oh, the crossbar just a little bit too high.
Yeah, you
Joe giving
definitely. Sorry about that. Yeah, you definitely see some nerves coming out there as we had 2 whiffs come out as well, and I'm definitely interested to see like how Nave and Earth are going to play here, and if potentially they're going to make any changes. Because in my opinion, here Ditto's been playing wonderfully. It's just been they need a little bit more passing plays, a little bit more aggression on the physical plays, and a shot comes in there, and Earth's
oh,
not able to stretch. Nico putting in a dagger and a statement for the next game as well.
yeah, beautiful, beautiful shot by Nico right there. And I thought we was gonna potentially see Thunder tie this up, but it looks like the Dumpsters will take game two. And you talked about a sub, and that might be something you look into to see if maybe a change in player can kind of throw the Dumpsters off of whatever that they are setting it into because they look very extreme. They look really comfortable. It looks like they're very composed. They're not panicking. They're playing a very good game, putting up a whole bunch of shots. Great game by the Dumpsters.
And Joe with the 5 shots as well, 2 goals. Huge game for Joe. Just honestly, even if they weren't, playing on the ball, they were there going for the demos, rotating in, trying to make some sort of play happen. And I really felt like they were definitely deserving of that MVP here in this game too. And as we roll into this game 3, it looks like Thunder may be keeping it together, but they are going to be taking this time to kind of talk with one another, hopefully, and get some nerves out. Honestly, that last game, that middle part, the last probably like 3 or so minutes up until that 30-second mark, they were doing well and they had the potential. They just, missing on those committing plays, especially those 2 whiffs, were really unfortunate there as they really needed to capitalize on that. And we see that huge save there from Ditto, which again was just massive from the double tap coming in from Joe. The relentless pressure from the Dumpsters is definitely something that Thunder is going to have to figure out how to handle this match, or they're going to run into the same thing that they ran into with game 1 and game 2.
Yeah, and as you said, they are keeping with the roster, same roster. Am very surprised they did not go with a roster change, but let's see how it works for them. And it's starting the ball on their side of the court, on their side of the field. I always refer to it as a court. Joe with the beautiful flick over the offense wasn't able to get it past the other defender. Oh,
Unfortunate there. You see the kind of push up from Earth, realizes that's going to be a far reach and just did not pre-jump that in time. Just the amount of velocity that came out of that shot there, that half volley was deadly. And now Thunder in an already uphill battle, seemingly having to climb even more at this point. Nico trying to get a potential shot, and he does
oh.
from the pass from Dangly Bells. What a play from Dumbsters. They're at this point here just freestyling on him. A beautiful play. Wow, right under Ditto as well. Nave just not expecting it. That is pitch perfect right there.
Yeah, two goals, and we're in the first 20 seconds, and it just looks like the Dumpsters have just completely found their rhythm and how they want to play this series. And give it up for Nico because the second player was actually supposed to be the two best players on Dumpster stat wise are Joe and Dan. I'm gonna call him Dan, but Nico is just showing very great play to be that third person. And when you have a third person that can put up the type of stats that Nico is putting up in this game, that's going to be tough to overcome for a team like Thunder, who's still trying to find out who their third exactly is, as they put a shot on that did not get the intended result that you wanted, and Joe takes control. I just feel like I always see Joe. Like I'm just seeing Joe on offense all the time. I'm seeing Joe on defense all the time. That is a problem right there. Problem
Definitely
for the
some.
other team. Problem for the other team.
Yeah, exactly. And just as you say, you speak it
Oh,
into existence there. Joe with the pass. You just see this like relentless follow, not willing to give up that ball, and then Nico's just there to do the cleanup. This is pretty brutal for Thunder, and now they have plenty of time to work with on the clock, but are they able to break through this mental block that they've currently set themselves in here?
yeah,
Nice.
and oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. That's one thing that I think could really help out Thunder here is really working on getting a man out of rotation to go for that outplay, that outreach pass, because they need to really break out of their own half when they get locked on their defensive line here. It's really hard for them to break out of it. But just as I say that, Dumpster's giving them a lot of space to work with. Might not have been in the favor of Thunder, though. They do able to get one by, and there's a demo on the backfield. Earth not
Oh,
able to capitalize, and Ditto squeezes it by, but it's
whoa!
popping back out, and another pop there from Earth off the half volley. Finally able to sink one in. This is exactly what you needed if you're Thunder here. A little unfortunate there just from the placement of everything, but Earth able to work one out, and yeah, that is definitely what they needed here in game 3 if they're going to take this thing back by the reins.
If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. And that's exactly what Thunder did, eventually getting that in there. I think the beautiful thing about dumpsters that I'm seeing is you're seeing players on this team that gets things done on both sides of the ball. They're not just good offensively, they're also seeing good on defense as well. Because not only am I seeing Joe everywhere, you're seeing Nico everywhere as well. So you have a whole roster that's just completely active and selfish and unselfish, get passing the ball to teammates and stuff like that. They don't care how they win as long as they win. That's a beautiful mindset to have as a team. Even Dan right now, Dan, like I said, Dan was stat wise the second best player on the team, and you're seeing him kind of take a backseat to Nico so Nico can shine, which is one of you what you want to see in terms of team chemistry and how they play together.
And definitely something that we're starting to see is I did see a bump come out of Earth there on Nico earlier, and as soon as that happened, their entire rotation, kind of fell apart. And I'm really thinking that at this point, if Thunder are to make anything happen, they've got to start going for some demos because yeah, I can't say I've seen a single demo come out of Thunder yet for this whole entire series.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't remember a demo either. You do one positive is the fact that they aren't I was going to say they aren't
Ooh.
allowing as many shots they have the very first two games, and as I was about to say that, Dan just scored, and the person I said was taking a back seat for somebody else just scored. So yeah,
It's definitely rough out there for Thunder here, and I'm wondering if that's going to be the dagger. They're going to need to answer back now here with a minute and 30. They don't have a lot of time to work with for 3 goals. And oh my gosh, a potential ceiling. Dan not able to commit, but that was a beautiful setup. Now Joe with the double tap
mm,
follows it up, showing the mechanics tonight. This is elite, ladies and gentlemen, and that is how you do it here. You make a statement. Joe dropping one in, bottom right there, Earth, not ready at all. This is a complete domination here from Dumbsters.
yeah, it was going to be tough for them to come back at 3-1 because the Thunder isn't a team that puts up a lot of points and are still trying to find their way offensively. But you don't want to use the word impossible. It's well, if they score a 6 goal here, it could be impossible. And Joe pushes it to the middle of the field and did not have a teammate for the first time. I want to say all series. There wasn't a second player just right there. But it's a great opportunity for Thunder, and they capitalize on it. Nice goal by Earth. And you want to can we see 3 more of that in a minute? Because that was probably the most aggressive I've seen Thunder all game.
Yeah, Nave definitely getting up there for the pass, and we see that Earth and Nave again being the two shooters on the team here. I'm interested to see, how they play as a duo and kind of trying to break out here. Earth not able to make too much good contact that ends up leading into a pinch. Nave has to jump up early, goes for the reset, doesn't able to get it. A double demo from Dan, and that could huge. Earth able to get the block though. It's dropping down now. Nave, a good touch out, trying to get something going, but Joe just not allowing them to break out whatsoever, and is up for the double as well. Trying to make something happen, and unfortunately, Thunder just seems stuck in their own half.
Yeah. It's hard to win games like this when you're spending so much time on defense. I don't, Rocket League does not keep time of possession. I don't understand why you don't. That would be a great feature to have. Maybe competition going. But
Woo!
yeah, as we see another shot be put on goal, and just
Oh.
in the follow up falls, nice shot by Dangle.
Dan just a beautiful follow up. I mean, I do want Nave with a beautiful save. I mean, that was just pitch perfect. Did what they had to do here, but you can't beat that follow up from Dan. That's just top left binnies, and that's really hard to deal with there. Now Joe trying to just make a statement. Oh, and this might be Nico with another
Oh,
shot. That one's gotta hurt here in Thunder at this point. You've just gotta dust your pants off and go into this with a completely different mindset. Because at this point, this you gotta forget this game ever happened. This was definitely a rough game for them, but they do have one more game here to make another statement. Dan gonna drop that, and Dumpsters do take game 3. They are 3-0 up in the series right now. You see them jumping for glory, and yeah, wow. 683 points for Nico,
yeah.
666 for Joe, 444 for Dan. All players showing up. 4 goals for Nico, 4 assists for Joe. I mean, the stats here are incredible for Dumpsters. They just really were relentless in this game 3 here.
I'm not used to seeing stats like this at such a high level. These are stats I'm used to seeing in like an amateur, in the amateur tier. You might see a player that just has crazy numbers, but yeah, this is totally insane. They're just padding their stats at this point. They're just padding their stats at this point. And are we going to see a sub?
I'm,
I'll be very surprised if we don't see a sub after that
eh,
game right there.
maybe they don't have a sub because it looks like they are all readied up, so they're going to be going into this game 4 here with the same lineup. And maybe that's best at this point because you know, if you didn't make a change by game 3 at this point, then maybe it's best to stick with what you got, but you got to change something up. You got to go for those demos, go for something that will allow you to kind of get a win here in this game 4. We do load in here. Looks like everybody is getting ready, and hopefully Thunder can take something here, but if it continues, Dumpsters, they're just on the verge of that 4-0 sweep here, which I'm sure is something that they are thirsty for, like sharks with blood in the water here. And Joe, going for a reset. not able to get the 50, and Earth does break out here. A little push here by Nico. Nico trying to get something going here. Ditto having to play it slow in the corner, does get the 50, but it's a double commit by Nave as well. You do see Nave also switched into the Fennec, which is an interesting play here. I'm wondering if maybe that will have any shift in mindset. I know sometimes changing the ride up helps me too, so I understand that. And a shot does come through from Dan. Ditto getting a nice little pop out now. Earth trying to make something happen from Nico's touch. That's a pass out to Nave. Nave's able to get the touch, but now Dan has free range here. Does get blocked out by Nave, and now Earth a pass out right. And really just a more honestly stable showing here from Thunder in this first minute that we're seeing so far. A good pass. No one there to, you know,
Oh, we have a
take the
3-on-1.
opportunity. Whew. Ditto holds up strong here, able to get a pass out, but that was deadly there for Thunder.
And they are playing better. I don't know if it's a thing of, you're down 3-0 in this series. You lost the last game 7-2. You have nothing to lose at this point right here. So the gloves have to come off. They have to play a lot more aggressive and put up some more shots and get the ball on the other side of the court so they're not spending so much on oh, nice
Woo!
pass, nice shot. Nice shot. I think, is that the first time that Thunder has scored first in a game this series?
I do believe that is true.
Yeah.
Yep. That would be their first goal. And it definitely makes sense from all the pressure we were seeing from them in the first minute here. And you see that they have the capability to do that, but you also got to keep in mind that with the last game that happened, they can't let off the gas pedal here. They got to keep it going. And Dan, a dangerous 50, might have a potential pass, but Earth there to commit with the pass from Ditto. Does get demoed for his Eppers, but a pass out to Ditto nonetheless. Nave trying to keep something together here for Thunder. A little miscommunication. Joe comes in to cut that off. Ditto playing that nicely, and now might have potential here. Was getting chased, and Earth trying to get a pass out. This might go in here. Earth does
Oh,
get another goal. Doesn't even need that last touch there. Just gets the nice flip into it off of that beautiful dunk there. Wow. What a play by Earth.
yeah, great play by Earth. Game is just going as of right now, just totally different than the other games. I don't know if it was a thing of maybe the dumpsters, after playing the way you've been playing this series, if you got too comfortable or what, but it's definitely a different game that we're seeing in terms of the pressure. It kind of looks like, in terms of pressure, it looks like we're kind of seeing some role reversal where the Thunder was putting up pressure, the same amount of pressure that Dumpsters was putting up on them the entire series. So let's see if that can keep that up as they also are trying to push the ball down the field, trying to get some more offense going on. Pass, Nave with the pass. Nobody's there. Earth is too far out. I don't think Nave could go for the ball at that point because the first man hadn't rotated back. And we have a shot that's off too high, but then Nico is right there to finish it. And so now we have a 2-1 game. It was looking good at first, but just that one goal just makes things look totally different right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, I don't know if you saw it, but Joe and Ditto did get locked into a Rule 1 there. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe Ditto broke that Rule 1. So if you're superstitious and you believe in those Rocket League rules at all, you know that might have been the wrong decision there, but can't go back in time. You got to make what you can now. And Ditto, a nice pass out to the backboard. A miss. This is a potential shot, but Joe, they're playing it low and very smart play here. Earth with a touch out. Another follow up from Nave and the aggression coming out from Thunder. This is what you needed to see throughout the series, and they're showing up here in Game 4 nonetheless.
Better late than never. So great offensive play by Thunder right there. And you said whoever broke that Rule 1, you can expect a $25,000 fine in the mail from you coming from the league office. And yeah, we're just seeing a completely different game from Thunder. We're starting to see their scores start to show up. Uh, and can they get this one on? And they will. Oh man,
That was
this is
a
just a total momentum reversal. Beautiful read by Dito. Beautiful read, and
and
some help, and with
yeah,
some help.
with a little bit of help there, Joe trying to get it to go off the backboard there. An unfortunate touch to go crossbar down. And now they're the ones who are trailing by 3 goals. They've got to make something happen here. You know they want that 4-0 sweep, and it's getting deadly here. It
Oh,
goes right off of the top corner. That is really unfortunate there, but Nico up for the double tap. Nave gonna block that out. Good backboard defense. Now this is gonna be a pop over, and Ditto might have a potential breakout. Nico though holding strong. This could be deadly here for Dumpsters. They need something to get going right now with a minute and 16. They got to make something happen if they want to take this game 4 series. Now they're the ones that have the pressure. Joe trying to get a pass out to Nico and does in fact not able to get the double tap, but Joe
Oh,
follows up and that's cutting the lead in half with a minute left. There's time, the ability to do it, and you can tell Dumpsters now they want it.
yeah, and if anybody was going to overcome a two goal lead between these teams, it would be the Dumpsters overcoming a 2 point lead against Thunder. They have been playing great offense all this series. I don't know if they just underestimated them this game, but let's see if they can get back to their game 1 through 3 form that they had. And Dan, sorry, is carrying the ball to their side of the field. Wasn't able to make a connection with his teammate as we entered into these last 45 seconds. Let's see that Nico tries to take control, passes to the midfield. Joe gets it up. No teammate to be found. Dito takes control of it, but it's still on the Dumpster side. And we just have a whiff. Oh, and we have a
Oh,
shot that just hit the corner. Just hit the corner. That could have been out. That could have been the goal to make it 3-2. I mean 3-4. Sorry.
wow, Joe really getting robbed there, not for the first time in this game, and that's a really tough shot. And with 15 seconds left, you got to make something happen, but it's looking more and more like Thunder are going to take game 1 here. A potential push out here with 6 seconds left, but they are not able to capitalize. And with the final 3 seconds going down, Earth getting that double to the corner, that is going to spell the end of it here for Dumpsters versus Thunder, with Dumpsters taking the 3-1 win here. A great showing from all sides of it, but Dumpsters overall able to have more momentum going into the series and really able to just take control from the beginning. We see Thunder having the ability to come back there and, make a statement that, they wasn't going to be a complete blowout there, which is great to see. But Dumpsters, overall, they came out ready to go, and that's the better team that won there in that case there. They were ready tonight, and sometimes that's just how it is.
Yeah, the Dumpsters weren't able to get that 4-0 sweep, but they can't, other than that last game, you had to be very pleased with your performance. And also, like I said, they were only 2 games inside of the playoffs coming into this game. So coming into the series, so to go 3-1, that helps you in the playoff race. I think this is just a great learning opportunity for both teams. Maybe for Dumpster, keep your foot on that pedal, don't let off. But also for the Thunder, play how you played in Game 4. You took it at a team who had been playing very well offensively. You took it at them and played their game and beat them at it. So hopefully, both teams can use this as a learning experience.
Absolutely. Great. Well said. And yeah, with that, this has been match day 9 RSC. Again, we do not have another match, so this will be the final and last match. Before I take us out, do you have any last words, PPC?
I have no last words. Just thank you guys for joining in. And as you said, join us on Wednesday for the matches. We have another great game scheduled for you. There's
There's
actually,
no, you're good. There, and just so you all are aware as well, if you are trying to get up on this stream, there is still a slot open at 11:30. Late slot. Yeah, it's going to be that later slot there. But if you are interested, definitely contact us and let us know, and we'll get you all set up there. But with that, that is going to be match day 9. I am Thog, again, joined by BBC, BB comedian here, and again, our lovely producer HUD. Thank you for all you do. We appreciate you. And with that, we'll leave you. You guys have a good rest of your night.